this show on the road. How is this going to work? Just being on YouTube is going to throw me off a bit, isn't it? Right. Where is it? There it is, I suppose, that one.
Okay, so we got something waiting.
Alright, so we're going to be searching for potential alien radio. Oh, I'm not on the right screen. Where are we? There we go. So I'm going to be searching for potential alien radio signals coming in from amongst the stars. Let me, is it that one? Let's get rid of that one. Sorry guys. Right. Let's do that one over here. Let's bring us back to this. Right, there we go. We are back on a track a bit now. And where is live? So yeah, we are going to be searching for potential alien radio signals coming in from amongst the stars. Searching on the hydrogen line, and that is the frequency that scientists theorize that if ET is out there, that is the very place on the radio dial that they would put the hello, is anybody else out there signal. And in the 1970s they may have done just that. The infamous wow signal was detected right where that yellow line is at the top of the screen. One of our best candidates is a potential alien radio signal coming in from amongst the stars. So yeah, that's what we are going to be doing tonight. Let's wait for, hopefully, some of our regulars to come in, because we're not going to be cross-streaming. What's that about? Yeah, we're not going to be cross-streaming over on YouTube at the minute, sadly. Not YouTube, over on TikTok, due to some issues over there, sadly. But yes, we're going to be looking for potential alien radio signals coming in. This is a live feed from our antennae out there, out the back. And hopefully we're going to have those signals coming in. So as you're joining, if anyone is, this is much quieter, going to be much quieter than TikTok, so we'll see how this one goes as well. But say hello as and when you're joining. So yes, we're looking for those signals coming in from amongst the stars. Where are we pointing to at the minute there? Is there a constellation in that area? Oh, let's have a look. We were pointing to the Sagittarius constellation, but as the seasons have gone round, sadly, that is no longer on the higher horizon there. We are actually just on the tip of... is that Sagittarius? No, sorry, Pisces. No, actually. We are? No, we're still just about on the back corner of Sagittarius, so that is quite interesting. Because that is the place where the wow signal was detected back in the 1970s there. So, hey. It's also, I don't know where Three Eye Atlas is now. I think it's a bit further around, so we're not doing the same area as that. But hey, it is at the same part of the sky as the infamous wow signal, so that is pretty cool still. As night goes on, we'll probably catch the tail end of Pisces. So hopefully we'll hear a signal coming from a star within that area. Where are we? Yeah, no, that's all working. Yeah, so that is what we are going to be doing tonight. We're going to be searching for potential alien radio signals coming in from amongst the stars. It's going to be much quiet here over on YouTube, as TikTok is still playing up for us for no good reason. Frustratingly so. But you never know, it might change at some point, at any point, and we can get back over there. But hopefully some of the regulars are going to join us over here tonight. We are currently pointing to the tail end of Sagittarius at the second there, and that is where the infamous wow signal was detected back in the 1970s. We want to hear a repeat of that, because that frequency where it came in is that yellow line directly at the top there. So as anything comes in, it'll we'll see it spike hopefully on the top bit, and then this middle bit, this blue and yellow part there, that is going to be the part where the signal is hopefully analysed there. So this is live. We have a dish outside in the garden. It's pointing basically directly south at a sort of 15-degree inclination there. BCM, how you doing? Crazy busy at the moment. It's all good to see you in whenever. Life sometimes gets like that, so I do feel you here, but good to have you in there, matey. Ben, there we go. So, good to see you though. Yeah, no, we're good. TikTok is doing its normal thing, and we can't stream over on TikTok the second, so we are over here. So thank you for keeping us company. But hey, life is like that. It's always good to see you though when you are free. So I don't know, have you seen the upgraded equipment that we're using today? So we've got this extra layer in. There you are, Shepsy as well. I'm glad. There we go. I can see you in Shepsy now, so thank you there. So yeah, it's a smaller group. Hopefully a few more of the regulars will come on over in the absence of us being on TikTok at the second. But we have a little bit more going on in here. So we've got the top bar that we used to have originally there. That is the live signals coming in from out there in space directly into the dish. And then the area below it here, this orange and blue section, is the deeper signal analysis there. So that is going to be looking at any of those signals coming in, trying to find. It looks good. Thank you. Yeah, so it is new, and actually you can see more of it on the horizontal view here. So you actually got the better shot, and you should be able to hear the signal a little bit as well. But yeah, so that bit, I use it on the TikTok as well. Shepsy. There we go. But yeah, so this bit, as you can see it there, it's now doing some more signal analysis there. So it's looking at all the signals coming in, even if they are faint and getting lost in the background there. It is looking for modulation there, repetition, anything that could mean is a non-organic signal. Maybe, you know, there is some quiet whisper in amongst all of that noise out there in space, because a lot of space is very noisy in the radio there. So we've got to filter out those organic signals from the potential real ones there. So that is what hopefully that's going to do. Even if that signal is very quiet, that we can't pick it out on its own, maybe that signal analysis there is going to help us to see if there is something just hiding away, lurking in amongst all of that noise. And then the bit I was going to point above, but it's actually to the side of me now because we're on YouTube on the horizontal here. That bit that's the live view of the sky, so it's showing all of the stars and the constellations that are in range of our dish there. So it should update as the night progresses. The sky will move across that there, and we should get a few star labels when they get into the zone there. We can see what we are pointing at. Ben, it's been really foggy up your way the last few nights. No, great. I feel you there. We had two clear evenings eventually over the weekend, but the whole week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks before that, it has been absolutely rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. So we had 2 nights, and then, I mean, it's cloudy as well, so we can't do a sky watch anyway for that, frustratingly. But yeah, then since last night and tonight, TikTok is being a bit difficult. They're throwing up all sorts of errors and not allowing us to go live, which is very frustrating. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, so putting a spanner in the old works. But hey ho, at least we can get a few of us together on here. Hopefully we're going to get some activity tonight, especially as it's on the bigger screen. We can all enjoy a nice big clear signal on that. It'll be pretty cool. How you been though, Ben? What have you been up to? Life's been busy, you say. Is it good busy? I hope it's good busy. Where are we? There we go. So I'm not used to not having to fight the chat. This is throwing me off my game. I normally get home around 8 from work and I've been falling asleep. Yeah, busy. Taking you straight out there. Yeah, now it's getting earlier, darker earlier. We've been trying to get on the stream a bit earlier to catch the busier part of the night for satellites and things. But really, I mean, I'm not finishing work in time to do that now. So we're trying to do from 8 till 10, unless it's really clear, then we're going to stay on later. Saying all that, though, it's we're going to be fighting this TikTok issue. So hopefully that will stay the same. I got into TikTok, but you had frozen, and I could. Oh, you could still. Okay, it's probably. Is it still going on there? It thinks it's. I wouldn't be surprised with TikTok thinking that we're still live. That software is absolutely rubbish. Let's see if it does think we're still live there. No, I think it's stopped now, but yeah, it probably went live for a few minutes there. Very frustrating, that is. And last night, looking forward to having some time off, and recently set up my own business. I've been working. Oh man, at those early stages, they're the most exciting, but also the most scary. You are doing two jobs at the same time. Well, good luck with that, Ben. Well-deserved effort there. Hey, let me know some links, and if we can promote it, if there's an overlap with the audience, let us know. We'll see if we can push it a bit. But congratulations, it's good to hear. But yeah, it'll be a lot of double nights for a while, but it's worth putting in the effort there. You're building something for the future. If this was a Skywatch, it'd be a bit easier, but you know, there'd be more activity and things going on in the sky. But we'll see. You never know. This is the problem with this, is that you need to be doing it all the time. You need to be monitoring all of the time, just for that 30 seconds where a signal could come in. So we might have to have a computer running permanently with AI to let us know. Might be a more efficient way to do this. Oh, it's the last night shift tonight, so looking forward to having time off. Oh no, I've read that one. Well, good luck on that last night shift there. A well-deserved break. It would bugger up the other bits, but we might spin the old dish around, see if we can listen to some other interesting signals, maybe spice it up a bit whilst it's quiet. So yeah, we're going to be searching for potential alien radio signals tonight, coming in from the hydrogen line. That is the frequency or the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorise that if ET is out there, this is the place that they would put the "hello, is anybody else out there" signal. And in the 1970s they may have done just that. So the infamous "wow" signal was detected right where that yellow line is at the top there. And yeah, right, actually still the patch of sky that we're looking at now. So we are just about passing out of Sagittarius as the Earth rotates there. The Sagittarius constellation will go around. And that is actually the same location where the infamous "wow" signal was detected back in the 70s. So you never know, we might just catch a little bit of that. 12 days off. Oh, that's a nice long run there. Have you got anything good planned for it there? Gonna take the opportunity for it. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We are searching for those potential alien radio signals. Hey up, how you doing? Good to see you in. Getting the real diehards in tonight. So I'm not sure how well this is going to go, being so quiet. But hey, we need to get on some way. I could murder the people that write the code for TikTok Studio, the software that they force us to use. All the other streaming platforms, you can like go in from separate, much better software, but no, TikTok and Infinite Wisdom don't allow that, and they provide you with this software, which is absolute rubbish, always causing us problems. And now it's just full on died. So I'm just waiting for the gods to favour us for it to suddenly start working again, because we've tried it all, reinstalled it all. I even reinstalled the version of Windows to see if there was a sulk there, an issue that we could fix, but hey ho. Maybe it'll come round soon, but until then, at least you guys can actually hear those radio signals coming in tonight. So you can, if I lower this one, just lower the background music there. See, that is actually what that background noise sounds like. We're listening to the early universe there. That is actually the Big Bang. The remnants of it, they think, that we're hearing now, all of that static. But within that static, is there a signal? That is what we are hoping to detect. You're not used to being such a crowded room. Yeah, for YouTube, this is crowded. I think this is peak numbers. At least with YouTube, it's stable software, so you know it shouldn't start cutting out or mucking around. But old Alan's going to get hungry tonight. Sorry, Alan. It'd be much easier if it's a Skywatch. There'd be more things to talk about on the screen. But we are waiting for that 30 seconds of signal. Could happen at any point. Yes, that's a good question, actually, Ben. What is the new business? Tell us about it. we're still getting that little bit of interference just up there. So that's still quite interesting. Oh, there's some special. So poor Al, yeah. So the next one is going to be the 24th, I think. Yeah, I think it's the 24th of October. The other two are up now to watch again. So the two recent ones. One was Warp Drive Tech, and the last one was the underwater UFO base. The whistleblower doing the question and answer on that. That was pretty cool as well. But yeah, the next one's going to be the MJ12 documents. I think that's going to be October the 24th. So you got to check that one out. We're doing them a bit later so we can still jump on for a Skywatch earlier in the day. Well, that's if TikTok sorts itself out. But guys, if you are just joining us, we are searching for potential alien radio signals coming in from amongst the stars there. We're searching on what is called the hydrogen line. That is the yellow line at the top of the screen there, the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorize that if ET is out there, that is the place that they would put the hello, is anybody else out there message. And in the 1970s they may have done just that. The infamous wow signal was detected right there, and currently still the same patch of sky, because we're on a little bit earlier, we can still catch a little bit of Sagittarius where our dish is pointing there. So hopefully, yeah, we're going to see many more. Actually, that was a bit out of sync, that one. I might have to I'll have to change that around. That looks like it's actually a little bit wonky. Sorry, I just I have to update the software as we go. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're searching for those signals. Hopefully we're going to get something in. Any signal that does come in will only be up for between 30 and 90 seconds on the screen. And that will tell us that the signal is not of this Earth. It's going to be far, far away, and therefore our dish will only be over the target destination for between 30 and 90 seconds. So we have to put in a lot of hours staring at this screen, hoping that we catch it at the right time that signal is being sent. Ben, also I've started my own car sale. Oh, excellent. Selling more trade sale car, part exchange, etc. I have a few contracts with main dealers, so getting their stock that's not good enough for their fire. That's pretty interesting, actually. Trying to get into something like that is pretty hard. That's your barrier to entry right there, so that sounds pretty cool. I like the sound of that one, Ben. So then do you take their stock and then you sell them to the general public with that? And up, the last one was pretty interesting, even if I did fall asleep before it ended. Hey, you can catch it up on the old Patreon to listen again to if you've missed at the end part of it there. But I thought it was quite interesting there. So the spike in orange, so that's a good question. I don't know why it's such a thick spike, but that is just replicating the signal on the top there. So the orange and blue per section is basically the same as the top, replicated again, but then looking at it for a different lens, essentially. So I don't know why it's so wide. It's having a sulk. It's some reason that makes it think it's wide there, but yeah, it's just that bit of localized interference there as well. Yes, TikTok is still playing up, sadly. It's one of those one of those things that it is the act of God whether it will sort itself out again. It's typical, isn't it? I've been working with a friend who has a main dealership for years, so it's something I've been hoping to do. Oh man, well, best of luck with that. That is pretty cool. And obviously, having that, being in your own control and doing things like that, man, definitely well worth it. So wishing you all the best for that. Let us know how it goes as well. And the other person to come to with a car question, definitely. Oh, XO, you did catch up. Well, there we go, 10 points. You get an A star for that one, A up. Selling to other traders and general public as well. Oh, excellent. Well, if we need a car, I'll be chasing you up for that. I've got no knowledge of cars. It's one of the things that you need to know somebody that is actually good at them, especially nowadays as well. They're so technical. You can't just have your friend that's a little bit, competent with a spanner. Nowadays, you really need to know. Yeah, sometimes it has a bit of a sulk. This one, I'm not sure what about that signal makes it display like that. I'm still learning with it, but hopefully we will be able to refine it a little bit more. But we're still waiting for it to come up. I mean, it is coming up now with more and more potential signals within that, so we are getting a little bit more activity there, or potential activity, but it's still not quite enough, is it? We want that Eureka. In fact, I'll trigger it in case you haven't seen it. This is what it looks like when we get a signal. It's just the test button though, so we don't need to get too excited.
Alert. Signal detected.
So that's what it looks like, and it will trigger that one automatically. And also, if there is a star in our target range of the old within that target there, it will illuminate the stars there to highlight where that signal could have potentially come from, where the candidates are. You might not have to sit there for 12 hours, hopefully. Well, fingers crossed with that. It's always said it's always better to be in control yourself there. I used to value that one quite a lot. But all this free time, you've been able to hang out with us there, so it's be a downside if not, if you don't get all the free time again. But yeah, so that is what we are doing. We're hopefully searching for those potential alien radio signals coming in from amongst the stars, and at any point we could see that signal for between 30 and 90 seconds on the screen. Hopefully we'll get it this time, but it is a numbers game. The longer we do it, our odds increase ever so dramatically, or it's a slightly, probably, if I'm being realistic there. But yeah, that is what we want to hear. We want to see that spike, and also I'm really curious. I wonder what it would sound like, because obviously we're hearing right now the static, we're hearing all of that coming in. What would a signal itself sound like? It's unlikely to be voice, not going to have the aliens going bleep bloop bloop, but it might be bleeps and bloops anyway, depending on what that signal sounds like. But it probably will look like that little signal we have to the right there, where that red line is near there. It should look very similar to that, maybe a bit taller and a bit thicker there. It'll give us a good indication there is something there. Oof, excuse me. Oh, this might be a way to sort out my insomnia. It's a much slower paced stream, so I don't have to, don't end up waking myself up at 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, we do need to fix the older TikTok issue, but I have no idea. I've tried everything. I've tried, deleting it. I even deleted the virtual machine that I used to do it. Still not having it. But they forced an update the other day. A pointless update that gave you some silly feature that was absolutely no use to anyone. Forced it to update, and it's not worked since. So that's fun. And yeah, very frustrating. But we will see. Should we check? Where are we? We're up to date there. So yeah, hopefully we're going to figure that one out. I'm sure it'll be the act of the gods. It might all start working tomorrow or something, and I won't know why. But yeah, we'll get there. But hey, at least it's cloudy at the minute anyway. What is the weather looking like? Are we going to have, because I'd be really swearing then if we couldn't get online and it's a really clear night. Well, that looks like it should be a little bit clearer actually, but it definitely wasn't when I was out there. What's tomorrow looking like for the old weather guys? Yeah, still cloudy. Oh, hello. Tomorrow, if it goes to plan tomorrow, then there might be a couple of hours. We'll be doing a Skywatch probably on here though. Is it 12 hours, Ben, every weekend? That's a long shift there, that is. Well, a couple of shifts, but Jesus. I don't think I have the attention span for that. I'd tune out for that one. But yeah, I wonder what the delay's like on this one. I think it is much longer than here. I'm not quite sure, but excuse me. Most weekends I do 2 days, 2 nights, then 4 off. 2 days and 2 nights. Yeah, that is quite an intense bit. Yeah, that would put me in a grave. I'd be like a sickly Victorian child. I don't think I could hack that. Plus an hour. Oh, you've got your commute on that. So an hour each way on top of it. That's a 14-hour run. Jesus, that is that's not my cup of tea. They better be reimbursing you very well for that one. So yeah, it's a bit of a lottery. Any point we could pass over that star. Let's just get the old other tracker up that's got some labels on here. Right, where are we? No. Oh, it's got a little signal. Is it going to go? No. Typical, isn't it? Oh, I used to do majority of my time working from home, and I found it really, really hard to separate work, having it in all the same places and stuff like that. So having a commute on at least a few days, although it's a pain, it's a chance to kind of separate a bit. So I'm reasonably enjoying that now. Right, where are we? So okay. So at the minute, okay, yeah, we are in Pisces. So why is that not being labelled? That should be there. Fomalhaut is the name of the star, the main one right over there. Yeah, so we're over Pisces. So let's see if we get a nice signal passing over Fomalhaut there. Oh yes, it pays well, luckily, so that keeps me, I imagine. I mean, yeah, thank God though. Can you imagine doing that and, they're not reimbursing you nearly enough for it there. Glad to work from home since COVID, yeah. I mean, I think it's been essential, but also I do struggle with that separation there. Shepsy, how is Alan? He's looking at me with judgmental eyes. He's blaming this TikTok issue on me. Very judgmental, whereas I think it's been him that's been messing around with the old wires there. Yes, was it you? It wore off for you. Wish you'd just had this to watch. Yeah, the nothing worked. Nobody's going to get it now if TikTok keeps playing up. You become very disciplined. Laptop is off at 5. Go talk to my pigeons, and then home mode is engaged. Oh, pigeons! Birdies, I love them. You'll have to put some pictures of your pigeons in the old Discord, because that would be really... I love birds. I want to see those guys. And I am nowhere near that disciplined. Sadly, it all blurs into one for me. So, very frustrating. But I do need to learn a little bit more there. Not sure my chances. Old dog's new tricks and all of that one. He's definitely been fiddling with the button, pulling some wires out or something. Talking about making a spaceship to go home in or something, he was saying. So yes, if you are joining us, we are searching for potential alien radio signals tonight coming in from amongst the stars there. We're searching what is called the hydrogen line. That is that yellow line at the top, and it's the channel on the radio dial. The scientists theorize that if ET is out there, that is where they would most likely put the hello, is anybody else out there message. And in the 1970s, they may have done just that. So the infamous wow signal was detected right there. And not quite now, but we were earlier looking at the same patch of sky where we know that came from. So hopefully we are going to pass over a star that has got a planet that is inhabited by intelligent enough life that is intelligent enough life that is sending a signal as we pass over it. That is the hope, and if we do, it should come up. So where that yellow line is right at the top, and then where that red box is at the second, that should hopefully be replicated down there, and then that thing will come up and it will do a more in-depth signal analysis there. Help us to filter out the organic, natural radio signals from the intelligent ones there that we are interested in, the potentially intelligent ones. So that is it. Yeah, make sure everybody you are subscribed to us. hours, because we do this every night that is too cloudy to do a live UFO, UAP, a Skywatch. Where are we in the chat there? It suits my ADHD brain working from home. Open plan offices used to not be good. Oh, I do. Yeah, I feel you there. I'm a bit damned if I do, damned if I don't. Like, I need novelty. So whichever one is fine for a bit. Each has its own challenges, but then whatever it is, it won't work after a period of time, and I just have to change it up. If I don't, no chance of getting any focus there. I want to see those pigeon pics there. And because my son has ADHD and resigned a job because of the office noise, it really can get under your skin, can't it there? So who have we got in the house today? So we've got Ben, got A Up, Tickers, Shepsy. Who else is in? Is it of our regulars over from TikTok? Or have we got some new people in from YouTube itself? So hopefully it is looking like there's going to be a few hours of clear sky tomorrow night, which will mean that we'll be doing our UFO, UAP, Skywatch there. That is some shots of the night sky here over Wiltshire, right in the heart of Crop Circle country. We're looking for the strange and anomalous, the weird and wonderful flying around in the night sky if we do get those few hours. If not, we'll probably be doing this again. But yeah, we're normally live over on TikTok when that isn't having a song, but tonight it is just over here. Sadly, but hey ho, at least it's quieter. And on here again you can see a bit more of the screen, see more of that information coming in. You can also hear more, we can actually hear the signal itself, so it's not all bad as well. Oh, that's a good point there. Yes, comes under reasonable adjustments. I just any environment just gets too much for me. I need the novelty of different environments to focus. Right, we're in Pisces now, so the dish is pointing to the middle top of Pisces. So any signals that we could be potentially receiving in might be coming from a star within that constellation there. And I think one of them is Fomalhaut. What's the spelling on that one? Get it up on the screen there. So that is Fomalhaut, Fomalhaut. Oh God, not going to be able to spell that one in the chat. But yeah, that is where we could be receiving any signals. So if we do get something in, if ET is trying to phone home or phone us to say hello, he's out there, we'll see a nice bigger spike where that yellow line is. So it's similar to the spike that we're seeing near the red line, but maybe a bit thicker and a bit taller. There we should see that's where the yellow line is. And then we'll see it right in where that red box is at the minute. And it will do that signal analysis. Hopefully then it will come out to say that actually this signal does look intelligent, looks like a techno signal. They're not one of nature's organic signals. And there are ways you can tell, but yeah, hopefully that will filter out there. And then this bit here will then highlight potential planets that are in the target there. Oh, signal from your sign. Come on, ET, pick up the phone and like that. It's a Pisces there. Yeah. Hopefully we will. I think that tracker is the actual sky tracker is a bit slow. Might have to tweak that a little bit in the settings because it's coming around slowly. But yeah, so then it'll highlight those potential candidates. So the closer the star is, the more likely it is that it came from there. Mainly because these distances are so vast, and it takes a lot of energy to send signals across those vast distances. So it's a lot more efficient to send it from a closer body would have a high chance of hearing the ones from. Ooh, maybe they're calling in there. Is it going to go? Is it going to go? It needs to go green. No. But yeah, so the chances are that it'll be a closer star, because then it has a more chance of that signal reaching us louder and clearer there. Oh, been in touch with the admin for the Heart of Warminster, who kindly unblocked you and posted the TikTok feeds. Hopefully those who attend the UFO conference. Ah, yes. Oh, that would be cool. Thank you, Tickers, for that one. Although, sadly, we can't... TikTok is playing up at the bloody minute, isn't it? But I'm sure that'll get resolved soon. But thank you, that's very kind. Get a few more local ones in there. Ah, the mural, yeah. It does look pretty cool, actually. I prefer the new mural. I do prefer that one. Much more closer to representing what the actual phenomena was. Yeah, we could get that signal at any point there, and it'll only be up for, just as we say we could get that signal, then it thinks it's get something. Come on, go green. No. That's frustrating there. So what that bit is doing there, so it's looking in amongst the background noise there, looking for, rather than a clear signal, which would obviously be obvious to us visually, and probably audibly as well, we'd be able to hear the difference in that. What that's doing is it's trying to pick out, kind of like if you're in a crowded room with lots of voices going off, you can tell there's conversation, but you probably can't, hear specifically what they're all saying. It's just a lot of words and music all blended into one, but you know that there are words, you know it's conversation. That's kind of like what it's trying to do there. It's just to pick out, look, there is a signal, but it is too crowded, so we can't get the details. So hopefully it'll highlight that, because that's still of interest to us. We might not have that next layer of what the signal says, but it would still be interesting to know that there's something potentially there. Oh, it is typical. Every time we resolve something, TikTok does something else there. I think, as far as I know, I was the only one from our group. And even the wider TikTok ones, not many people do follow the Warminster thing or the local stuff, which surprises me because it is so good. Did anyone read the UN thing? So no, that is on my list to read, hopefully on my commute tomorrow, because that looks very interesting. So I saw the title, which was along the lines of the UN warns that we're not ready for contact of things, which we basically know to be true. We wouldn't have much of a chance. I mean, there's a good argument, isn't it, that a lot of what we're seeing is that sort of pre-invasion planning there. They are mapping the terrain, knowing where they're going to be fighting. They are testing our capabilities and how they can interact with them, turning those missiles on and off there, understanding us as organisms with the abductions there. You could definitely interpret the phenomena we're seeing as that sort of pre-battle planning there. So, very worrying, because we're not very well prepared at all. Oh, yeah, we're still having trouble on Discord. I think did I see it? I think I saw it on the Discord there, Tickers. Yeah, and yours is a good one. What I find was most interesting about your experience was that you'd kind of forgotten about it. And I remember asking you a few years ago, had you ever, in your being an ex-copper, had you ever seen anything weird? And I was probably thinking more ghosts or anything like that, and he called out to bumps in the night or anything like that, and you went, nah, it's all normal stuff, because you'd forgotten about this one. It's only being involved in this a bit more now, and pensioned that you'd kind of clicked, and the memory had come back of your potential UFO sighting there, and it's a good one. It's a really good one. But people do say that they just forget. It just kind of goes out of mind. Even though it's just this massive event, that kind of slips from their brain. I think I told you about the Kurt Russell clip where he witnessed the Phoenix lights. He was one of the main people that reported it. The actor Kurt Russell's flying a light aircraft into Phoenix at the time, reported the lights in the sky. He's one of the official recordings for it, and then he reported it and forgot about it totally. And it was only when coming in one day, and I think his wife was watching a special on the Phoenix lights, some TV special, and he heard the words, a light aircraft reported the sightings, that he went, that's familiar. That was me. And it only clicked then. He hadn't even told his wife that he had seen it, all those years later still. So it's something that it does apparently mess with you like that. It might well be, you know what, I should probably track that. I haven't put that in there at the minute, because I throw it in my brain, it's like, unless it comes up with something, I'm not too worried. But actually, have a little tally of how much we're getting wouldn't be a bad shout there, because maybe there is something to it. Even if it's not able to definitely say there is it does actually feel a bit more active, doesn't it? Every time we talk about it, it does seem to be coming up. That is interesting. I don't have a button to trigger that either, so that is all by itself. So maybe we need to start tallying that one as well. Good shout, I like that one. I'll have to write that one down in a second. See if we can add that without confusing it too much more. But yeah, hopefully that extra layer of analysis there might help us see a little bit more on what is going on up there at any one time. Yeah, the stars are slowly coming around. The screen is is slowly working. I think it is ever so slightly out though, because I think that star to the bottom left there is Fommelhurst there, or if that's even how you hurt. How do you pronounce it? I'm gonna spend all day trying to get this one. Where is it? Oh, we're near. Sculptor. I didn't even know that was a constellation. Right, where is... There we go, Pisces, right. So yeah, that bright one is Fomalhaut. Fomalhaut, sorry. There we go. And that is the Pisces constellation there. Sorry, getting distracted with the lifestyle map there. So we're actually more that way. So I don't know why the alignment is slightly out. Maybe it's got the time wrong, and that's why maybe we're 15 minutes behind there on the old tracker. But yeah, that's what we're currently over Pisces. I think, was it Pisces? Yeah, Fomalhaut is in range there. What? There's so many constellations. Yeah, it's in Pisces, but there's another constellation which is it's like an angled microscope constellation. I've never heard of that one. Something, it's like Mike. That is weird. How does it pronounce that one? God, I'm learning so much about the sky here. Microscopium. What a name. What a rubbish name for a constellation there. Microscopium. Where are we in the chat? There. Cross-reference with the moon phases or other celestial events to see if there are any correlations, especially with the asteroid coming up. Oh yeah. We could bring that in, so as it records it on our nightly scans, it get it to record the dates, the time, the number of potential hits, all of that sort of stuff, and then cross-reference that against celestial events and general things like that. That's a really good shout. God, that's going to be mind-bending to try and get my head around making that, but I like it. That is very good. I wonder it could, see if there are any, high, yeah, no, that's getting my brain ticking a bit there. You're right, Shepsy, it does seem to be a little bit busier tonight. I wonder what that is about. Yeah, so the Microscopium, what a name for a constellation. Never heard of that bloody constellation. Any Microscopiums? I'm an Aquarius. What else have we got that's going to be coming around on the thing? So, Sculptor will be coming up if we stay on late enough. That'll probably come right in our range there. In fact, if we try and highlight to that one, yeah, that will come right in our field of view, but that won't be until about 11-ish. There was a Russian satellite that was hanging around for a while. Would we be... No, we're definitely past Sagittarius now. Sadly, that was good. We had a good run with Sagittarius, though, didn't we? Catching, which is where the infamous whale signal was detected. So we had a good run at rescanning that. We'll have to wait now, won't we, for it all to go around and catch it later on in the year. You did, Tickers, you did, yes. I think you posted it in there, because I think I remember reading it in there. So, yeah, it's definitely worth a read if you haven't caught that one just yet. And if you are just joining us, we are searching for potential alien radio signals coming in from amongst the stars. We're searching on the hydrogen line, and that is the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorise. That is if ET is out there. That is the most likely place for them to put the hello, is anybody else out there message. And in the 1970s they may have done just that. The infamous wow signal was detected right where that yellow line is at the top there. One of our best candidates as a potential alien radio signal. I'll have a quick look, Tickers, because I think I did see it. Where are we? Personal experience here. Yeah, no, it's under there. Under the personal experiences, it's there, tickers. That's good. So yeah, it's but yeah, where was we? So yes, the WOW signal, one of our best candidates as a potential alien radio signal. They had all of the hallmarks of an intelligent signal and not from this earth. So not only was it where we would expect to see a signal, but it was a very, very loud, clear, precise, thin signal. Nature produces lots of radio waves. Radio waves, and they're very wide, they're very messy, they're all over the shop, but this one was very tight and precise, kind of like that signal that we have up in the red bit there. Like that, is it actually was a lot more powerful than that. So again, another clue that it is an intelligent signal. But yeah, what else was it? It had Doppler shift as well. So the signal was, the actual frequency was ever so slightly changing, as if it was going away from us, if it's in orbit of another planet. So you'd expect to see that if their transmitter is coming from another planet there, that it would be orbiting a star. You'd expect to see that Doppler shift, that its frequency slightly changed with its movement there. And what else? There was some other bit of criteria there which helps us to filter out the time that it was available for as well. Oh, the ISS will be visible once in the next 2 days at 7. Oh, it's a bit early for us, but I'm sure before we know it, we'll get around to early summer and stuff. So then, oh, and the live chat, tickers. I don't know. There isn't a live chat on the Discord, I don't think. So I can see it there in the post as well. Where is all the TikTok army? They must not have YouTube. Yeah, most of them don't. I'm surprised how many we've got over there, but we were on a slightly earlier. But yeah, it's always hard getting people across platforms, and sadly YouTube hasn't got any real natural discovery, which is very frustrating. So we're unlikely to make any new friends over here. But hey, this is just a quiet night for us all to hang out. At least we can hear some of those sounds as well. It's always a bit of a novelty, although it does mess with my hearing. It takes my ears a few minutes to recover when I take my headphones off. So let's fold this down. And again, we are listening to the sounds of the early universe right there. That is meant to be the Big Bang, although the James Webb Telescope has pushed that age back, and it might not be the sounds of the Big Bang that we're hearing. It might just be the radiation coming from those really, really early galaxies. They all got another potential signal, but it's quite interesting to think that that is what we might be hearing. There. Excellent. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it, that it is so noisy in radio. We think of radio as a technological thing there, techno-signature there, but nature is very, very active in radio. Insanely active as well. So yeah, it's important to be able to tell the difference. That's where a lot of confusion comes in as well. So there's a guy going around at the minute that's very excited about all of these ships that he keeps seeing coming in amongst the skies, and he's got basically what we've got at the top, except for it's a live view from somebody else that they stream that actually on YouTube, and because as you can see all of the signals coming in, he thinks that he's seeing ships. So, to be fair, there is something coming in there, because it's the way they've set it up is like a rudimentary radar. So there is something pinging a signal back, but you can't really tell how big the signal is. That's the thing, so looking into it there, like it's just not precise enough to tell you, to differentiate between, size and just how long something has been there as well. Plus, then you can have all the other sort of frequency interferences as well. But it is interesting nonetheless. Cheapskate, exactly. My thoughts exactly. Go to the effort, buy your own gear. But he's very convinced, and because if I move, hold on, there we go. Oh, Right, there we go. So what he's basically, it's this exact panel being streamed on YouTube, and they use it to look for meteors entering the Earth's atmosphere. And what they're looking is to pick up the reflections of signals into their dish, wherever their dish is located, and then they see that signal come in. So it's kind of like a radar that the old. Oh, has it come back yet? Should have come back. Oh, good. Excellent, yeah. So we're just changing the screen here. So what's happening there is that it's seeing the signals come in. But you see how this... So that's just my marker for the center screen. But this is actually the signal. It's this one here at the top. And so this is it in real time here. This is like printing off the result. So it looks like a starry night, but it's not actually the night sky. This is just like... It's like something being printed out, like the old lie detector tests, you know, when the little... the lines go and like print out the lines, the results there over time. So if we saw this suddenly get stronger, this line would get thicker, and then if it went back down, it would go back to being thin, and then what you'd see is like a thick lump slowly ride its way down, all the way down there. So that's what's happening here. So this other tracker, those signals are coming in, they're being received, and then they're being pinged on here, and then they're getting printed out. But where they're creating sort of like patterns across the screen, and you know, he thinks that's like a literal radar thing, which is, yeah. So as far as I can tell, you know, it's not. Kate, and the backup comes in handy. Well, welcome aboard, Kate. Good to have you in. Yes, this is why we have the backup, because TikTok is having a sulk with us at the minute, very much so. So we're just talking about the other chap that thinks he's seeing the ships coming in via that stream that he's found there. So we've been trying to look into that to see if it's possible. So we're just talking about how that what he is probably seeing there. So you're seeing the signals come in, so you see a bigger and smaller lines because the signal is stronger or weaker, but that could just be, it could be that there is a larger object, there's more surface area, so more signal is being reflected, or it could be a smaller object that's slower moving, and therefore it reflects more of the signal back because there's something physically there for longer. So there's lots of it's very imprecise there. Plus, obviously, you've got signals just generally coming in as well. When there isn't a physical object, they're just getting a direct of the signal in as well. So yeah, that is what it's. There's something going on, but it's just so imprecise, sadly, to be able to filter out, to my knowledge. But I could be wrong, because here's. Oh, I've changed. I've bugged it up now. There you go. There you go. Oh, so that's actually a little good example. So if I move this around like this, you can see how it's recording those signals. So that's that same line, but where I've shuffled it along, it's recorded them in real time there. So you can see them moving down. So he's seeing sort of shapes like this, bit thicker and stuff, and going, oh look, it's a whole plane that's come in. It's not quite like radar like that. Let me move it again there. But I was wrong, because I immediately thought it was just a receiver there, but no, it turns out that I haven't read it properly either. You know, they're also transmitting, the site that he's streaming it from, also sending a signal up there, and then that signal is being received back. So it is kind of like a rudimentary radar, but like a very, very rudimentary and precise radar, as far as I can tell at the minute there. But anyway, let's. I'm just going to switch it over, and we're going to go back to the other screen. And if you are joining us, we are searching for potential alien radio signals tonight, coming in from amongst the stars. We're searching on what is called the hydrogen line. That is the frequency. The scientists theorise that if ET is out there, this is the place on the radio dial where we're most likely to see their signal come in. Yeah, it's the hydrogen line, the frequency. The hydrogen gas naturally emits a radio signal as it decays there. It's the most common element out there in our galaxy, so therefore it is the loudest and it's most consistent. It's a little flag on all of the different radio frequencies. It sticks out, and it'll always be relevant for radio astronomy, for scientific purposes and whatnot, things like that. So that is why it's always going to be of interest there. There'll always be eyes and ears listening here. So if you do want to put a message out there to another civilization, they are probably going to hear it if you put it here, because they'll be searching, they'll be listening to, their scientists will be paying attention there. Thank you. That's all right. That's what we do here. We're trying to understand it all. But you have to remember, it's my understanding, and that will be biased, and it'll probably be wrong a lot of the time as well. But my interpretation. We try to do our best. There. But yeah, so that is, that's why it's the best place to be searching for it. To be searching right here on, I said, the hydrogen line. It'll always be relevant there of all of the different ways of communicating, because radio isn't necessarily for communication everywhere. It's not necessarily the best thing. It's slow. It's quite easy and it's quite efficient there, so it's an easily accessible technology. You're going to get that quite early on, relatively speaking, in your development. So you're going to get that wide catchment area, but the further you develop it, it suddenly becomes a little bit too slow. Maybe they use a quantum property there. Maybe they use lasers or something like that. Something we can't even wrap our heads around to talk to each other. But if you want to get the highest number of ears, radio will always be irrelevant for that. Where is that signal gone? It's not. So it should be matching that down there. Maybe where I came out of it is having a sulk. We'll see if something... It is changing though, so it is getting... It's not frozen. Why is it not picking up that one now? I might have confused it there. We'll have to see. See if it comes up. I might have to restart that part of it. Note to self, it doesn't like when I swap the screens around. That's a bit odd. It's a bit odd, isn't it? But yeah, it's a waiting game. At any point, you could get that signal, and we do not know how they would conceive of a calendar. You know, because all of our calendar events, if we were to time this, you know, because you can't have a signal going out all of the time. It's a lot of energy, but if we had a fixed transmitter, obviously we're in orbit, we rotate as well. So it's never going to be pointing in one direction for long enough there, and all of those orbital periods there. You said even our calendar, even if we were just saying, look, we're only going to send a SETI signal on Thursdays. DJ's in the house. How you doing, DJ? Oh, welcome aboard. We are over here. It's the Cool Kids Club, where all the diehards are. Oh, Kate, plot twist. That isn't local interference, and as it has been. Yeah. I did start to think that the other day, actually. I went off on like about a 2-3 hour like little bit of research to just confirm that, because I'm like, are you sure that, what was it that set me off? I came on the other day doing some testing, and it was there, but it was faint, and then it disappeared, and then I think it came back again later on, and I'm thinking to myself, why would it do that if it's local interference? You know, it used to change a lot. It used to change positions when I'd physically have to unplug the antenna a lot, and it would change its frequencies for some reason. But yeah, sometimes it was closer, sometimes it was further away. But this has been pretty consistent. But yeah, I tried a different time of the day, and it wasn't there. So I was like, does that write off as local interference now? Have I been getting it wrong? Have we been getting a really clear signal this whole time? Part of me just goes, am I sure? Have I got the hydrogen line correct? No, it's not that. Is that the, because it is meant to be a line. We have got the equipment that we should be trying to see it now. Is it? But it does seem a slightly further across for that. Busy day, DJ. A good busy? I hope it's good busy though. AARP says it must be very old tech. If anyone out there is listening, I imagine Gray's routing out dusty old equipment to try and send a signal back. You're trying to use the radio back there. Well, this thing, you don't necessarily have to actually have the conversation with this, but obviously because nature still uses radio, because actually it's actually an organic signal there, so it's always going to be important to listen with a radio receiver. You know, to listen to the galaxy, to understand our universe a bit more, to listen for where those supernovas go off and stuff. So radio receiving, there probably won't be better technology, because that's literally it's coming all through in radio waves. But for communication, very much so. I think they would definitely use something else out there. For that one, I think if they were far more advanced, just because of the distances that we're talking about here. You know, when we have Vega on screen, that is a star 25 light years from us here on Earth. And so that's 25 years for that one-way signal. If we were pointing over Vega, we're not, but if we were, and we saw a spike come up, we went, oh, look, somebody from Vega is sending us that message. It took us 25 years for that to reach us. And if we want to send something back, that'd be 25 years again. So around hello, will take 50 years, and that's a relatively close star. So yeah, they'd probably have other technology for that, but always listening out there. You are being watched, probably. It does feel like that with the issues that we are having. But look at the way that... Is it going down a bit now, actually? It looks a bit lower. I'm starting to be a little bit suspect of that one. Oh, meh. Yeah and no. Oh, one of those days. Well, I feel you at the minute with the issues we're having with TikTok. It is now in the hands of the gods for it to miraculously just sort itself out. Or not. I'm going to have a quick Google, because I think I might have... I'm never confident now, actually. There we go. I've got to get older quick action buttons that takes you to an old scene there. That was one of the original versions of this one. I'd put the alien mask on and then I'd appear inside the spaceship there, but I haven't put the camera on it there. No, Alan definitely has been filming it. It should be back with you soon there. I'm tempted to make that appear now, because it doesn't work on TikTok, so I stopped doing it, but it's very tempting to do that now. I'm on here, change my little square to the flying saucer. Oh God, where was what I was saying? Ah, there we go, you're back. God, that is quite the delay, you guys. That's how long it's taking it to come back around. I'm going to see if I can... how do I know? Oh, I can't remember how I did it last time. That's a shame. The flying saucer was funny, but I can't remember quite now how I used to do it. Especially with this background in here as well. It was something like... Right, let's have a look. Must still have it here, because it's there, isn't it? Where is it? Where is it? That one. Okay. No, that's too big for that one. I'll have to work on that one as a little treat. Alan's definitely he's to blame for all of this. It is too cloudy, sadly, but tomorrow it's looking like we're going to get a few hours, so we'll definitely be on here at least. Oh yeah, where is everyone dialing in from? DJ's Lancashire, Derbyshire for A up, Cheshire. It's all the shears: Wiltshire, Cheshire, Derbyshire, Lincolnshire, or Lancashire. Sorry, not Lincolnshire. That'll start a fight. Lancashire. All the shears, or the shires. I really want to get the spaceship up again, but I can't remember how I did it. Yeah, I'll have to work on that one. I think I can only do it full screen. I think that's. Yeah, it makes me think that might, but no, if it was the hydrogen line, again, it wouldn't be as precise like that, so that probably isn't. But Fomalhaut is getting near into range there. Ah, yes, well, you're on your extended holiday there, Tickers. The Roman Takeover Club, like that, actually, yeah. Not far from Pendle Hill now. Perfect time of year for a bit of Pendle Hill, isn't it? I know the history-ish of it, the general history, but that actually does look perfect for a bit of sky watching. So that is definitely on our because if Tickers, not blaming Tickers, if TikTok doesn't put a spanner to the works for all. That's what we're saying about DJ. Yeah, you're building a computer from scratch. Is this the first time you've done that, or is it something that you're reasonably proficient in? Because I think that might, if we don't get any luck issues that we have. Limehouse, as in London, that isn't Cheshire, Tickers. It's a stop on the C2C line, that is. Oh, you've only just got the spaceship. That is very delayed. Is it as scary as it looks, DJ? Because I'm looking at it going, I can get my head around the physical components, putting them together, bolting them, plugging them all in, but it's the idea of then magic of drivers, and I hate Windows, so messing around with that. People make it look easy online, but it doesn't. Yeah, it looks a little bit sketchy for me. Oh yeah, no, Pendle, I really, again, I'm compelled to look for these things. I love the idea of going on a hunt, but yeah, I think I would be a very Scooby-Doo. Yeah, when I'm actually there, it would spook me a little bit. Guys, if you are just joining us, we are searching for potential alien radio signals tonight, coming in from the hydrogen line. That is the frequency on the channel on the radio dial that, if aliens are out there, scientists theorise that is the most likely place that they would put that message. And in the 1970s, they may have done just that. The infamous WOW signal was detected right where that yellow line is at the top of the screen there. One of our best candidates as an alien radio signal. We're listening out again for something like that tonight. Hopefully we'll see a nice spike where that yellow line is. Kind of like the one that we've got near the red line, but a little... whose connection is cutting out? Always the feed. That'd be interesting, actually, because this is normally much better and we're not running anything else. So it'd be interesting to know if anybody else is having those connection issues as well there. Oh, is it that far up? Yeah, I suppose that makes sense, DJ. But yeah, it's very spooky, Tickers. The witches and stuff going on around there. We have to do a live on location one there. I think the only time we tried to do a longer winded film was when we went to the crop circle and then all of the cameras died. I think we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras. 4 of them were different GoPros, all different models, different types there. And one was a big Sony mirrorless camera, and they all had the same problem. They all crapped out after about 15 minutes, and then none of the files saved, and we recorded for over an hour, I think. One of them, we got 20 minutes of footage off of it, recovered it. They all had the same problem, which is very weird over that range there. Oh yeah, is anybody else getting what Kate's getting? Is that issue coming up there? Is everybody else's sound clear enough, or is it cutting out? Good to have a little sound check there. Still get more issue. Or maybe there's some issues as well, actually, with our connection. I thought it was just the computer. A big history of electrical issues up Pendle Hill, and strange sights and lights in the sky. I mean, that is right up our street. That is right up our street. I was in Salem this time last year, standing in the footings of the parsonage where the girls first reported they had been affected by witchcraft. That was a different level of Scooby-Doo. The thought of that fills me with joy up. I would love to do that. In fact, I'm going to add that to my list now. That got such an emotional response from me that I think I need to do that. I'm going to look at how much that's going to cost to do. Won't be able to smoke on a flight that long. That's the main thing that puts me off about international travel. But that would be so cool. This time of year as well. But no, that sounds cool. There. Okay, well, hopefully it is on your end there, because I was kind of hoping that most of our issues are down to the TikTok's crap software, hence the main issue. And I was hoping that one day, if I did get a new computer that would run that better and run them, we could do it all and nobody would have any issues. So if the problem's on your end, then that hopefully will still be true. And you're all there in the moho. Can you imagine? It's like your little mystery machine there, Tickers, in your motorhome. I'll be the Scooby-Doo. I'll jump in your arms when I'm scared. Woo. Shaggy. That was a terrible impression there. But I keep going from a drink and I forgot to bring up one. Oh, excellent. That is good to hear. Yeah, hopefully TikTok will sort itself out, but it loads up now, and as soon as you click go live, it processes it. I think it technically does go live, but it immediately freezes on my end and crashes and comes up with these weird errors, which I've looked into. I've reinstalled it. I've reinstalled the virtual machine that it's running on, all of that sort of stuff. Everything I possibly can, still getting the same issue. So I've just got to hope, act of God, it suddenly just starts working again, because I really can't afford a new computer to stream on as well. It was pretty amazing. I did my thesis on the Salem witch trials. So I saw some of the original court documents. Oh man, that does sound pretty goddamn cool there. We do. We need Alan, can you go get me a drink? I might have to nip downstairs all the time now. I mean, well, actually, we've been on 7:30, and we're coming up to 9. So I'll probably wind this one up for 9 anyway, and then I'll go get a drink then. So we're right there. Not that I've seen that I can tell, but I mean, it tends to be a really unstable platform anyway. So there are previous people that have had the issue. They've managed to fix it, but it won't without. And I'm not sure if it's because of our special case, because it's Windows only software. I've said it before. We have to run a virtual machine inside my MacBook, which is a Windows virtual machine. So it's a computer within a computer that's Windows, but that will run the software, and it's kind of been fine. It's a bit underperforming, hence why the sound cuts out and stuff. But the software is just rubbish and needs to be reinstalled all of the time. I have to keep putting my settings back into it, which is a pain, but now it's just not having it. So it might be because of that it's running the machine within the machine, but I can't see why, because it is proper Windows. But that's my only other option, if it just doesn't decide to fix, is to then go and spend money on a computer that will be suitable enough to then stream from, which I really don't want to do. But yeah. build up the little community, and then it just decides not to work. Now, if TikTok, like every other streaming platform, would allow us to use the software that everybody uses to do this, then we wouldn't have an issue, but they don't, so we could just go and jump straight in on some better, more stable software. Nom nom nom. It traumatized me when you see the actual reasons for the accusations. It was all about land grab, money grab, and settling old arguments. I mean, I think, yeah, seeing it firsthand like that, when you actually getting a bit of an emotional attachment, I think, yeah, that probably would be sad. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, humans, and we're the same. We have not progressed one iota. We're just a little bit more stable because, you know, there are more resources because of technology, basically. But we're still essentially the same type of person, you know, like that. You put most people in certain positions and they will crumble. You know, you look at all of the business people queuing up for their buses, all very calm, collected with their press suits. You make that bus 10 minutes late and you look how much that affects their behaviour and how aggy they get there, how they lose their cool. We're all very finely balanced, it seems. So yeah, that's an interesting one, you know, 'cause that they do say that, you know, it's looking back to the past. It's not the past that we've moved on. It's us, isn't it? Carl's in. How we doing, Carl? Good to see you there. And Dickers, I read a book about it called 52 Times Britain Was a Bellend. I just called it. That was going then. Yeah, but we're perfectly capable of it today. Perfectly capable. And it all starts with people clamouring for power by any means. Oh, totally. And you can see it. You can see it in politics. You can see it in everything. You can actually even see it in all these little sub-communities. So I don't spend much time I don't spend a lot of time on TikTok because it sucks me in and stuff like that. But every now and again I do scroll through and I see a lot of it's particularly obviously because we're UFO fame, we get a lot of the UFO stuff, but it works across every sub-community. But it gets very political, very infighty, very... there's lots of arguments because that's what we're like as people. We very quickly descend into chaos there. Egos get in the way, strikes for power, even if it's only a small bit of power. You know, people do that. So it's always interesting to watch play out. But I like to try and keep out of it there. How are you doing tonight, Carl? I think we're probably only going to be on for another 8 minutes or so, but it's always good to see you, Ben. Glad you found us over here. Always had moral panics. Yes, you're right with that one. It's just the folk devils that change. You are very, very much right. That, like the moral panic, it is. We can wind ourselves up, can't we? Something chronic. Whatever it's the devil of the moment there. In fact, whenever you start to see that behaviour, I'm going, maybe the devil that they're crying about maybe isn't the devil they're thinking there. Has anyone seen the 50s film The Day the Earth Stood Still? I don't think I have. I think it's one of those ones like one of the classics that you hear and you kind of know about it culturally. So I think I've seen it, but I haven't actually seen it there. So it's got to be up on our movie club. Oh, you can actually see. I'll give you a little bit of a taster. In a second. I'm going to change my camera a little bit. So hold on, it gets a bit darker. There we go, look, different angle. I've got two angles. Blow your mind. But I've got this is my little conspiracy board that I've got up for you guys. So for when we do our strange frequencies, I'm going to have all of our conspiracies up on this corkboard here. So I'm going to illuminate it. We turn the green lights off, so it's much more cozy vibes in here. And yeah, I'm going to have a conspiracy corkboard. Everyone needs a good conspiracy corkboard. But I'm back to... That's going to hurt your eyes. Hold on, that's the darker one. Full screen. There we go. Back to a regular business. Where was we? deep messages. You know, yeah, I see. I wouldn't. That's what I missed out on, not actually seeing it. We've got to get our conspiracies up there. I was thinking of, because it's double-sided, I could purposely put a UK map on the other side, and we could start doing what we were saying about putting in the little pins of where you guys are based, so we can kind of see what our coverage map of the UK is like. I got stuck in a queue in Tesco. Oh, no worries, Carl. It's always good to see you in. Yeah, we never learn those messages, do we, though? Oh, Kate, I do need a point. I need a little laser pointer, don't I? That's what I need. Alan's going to have to do it. Yeah, I'm putting a little folder together of things to go on it, but in a minute. But that is my next job, is to start printing things out for that. I need to get some red string as well. No conspiracy board is complete without red string. Got to get these working as well. So that one's on at the minute, but that one as well. And that's an oscilloscope. That's a waveform monitor as well. They're actually plugged into the signals. They're real signal analysis bits of actual equipment. They're analog equipment that is plugged in, but they're not working at the minute. So need to get those working. Where are we? There we go. Where are we? Oh, it's not right there. Hopefully we can figure out the TikTok thing though, because yeah, at the minute it's either going to be it magically sorts itself out, or I've got to find a way of getting a new computer to run the streams on. But if we do that, the plus side would be that we can then consistently dual stream, because at the minute it does seem like running two at once then affects the quality of the YouTube, of the TikTok, which we don't want to do. Yeah, this was meant to be my office to just do normal work, and it was nice and spacious, and I had lots of area to do all my little things, and now this is 100% studio, taking up all of the space now. I don't even work in here anymore. I barely take meetings in here, because then I'd have to explain the decor. Heavily filter out the background. Yeah. We're slowly getting there. And by there, I mean committed to the asylum. God, could you imagine if they somebody comes round and that sees a literal conspiracy pegboard? I'll be straight for that one. Exactly, priorities are now correct. We're in line, exactly. It's only taken me a few years. One of us has got to do it. Oh, shame V's not in actually, because like I got a bulb for the squeaky boogosphere there. It's like a museum. It is like a museum, yeah. A weird tat. Oh, I still need to get that working as well. It's an icebreaker, many icebreakers, yeah. It was fortuitous, wasn't it, Carl? It was, at least we can hang out here a little bit rather than just having nothing. So we're hopefully going to have a few clear hours for Skywatch tomorrow. Yeah, if it doesn't sort itself out, then yeah, we'll be over here for until it does, basically, or until I can afford a new goddamn computer, which will be a very, very long time. Very frustrating. Build ourselves up a little community, and we put in all that work together, and then it's they screw it up. Yeah, there's not many, and there might be a reason why it's just us doing it. There might be a reason. But we've got our guys, we've got the hardcore here. So I'm still looking forward to our deep dive. Thank God that side of things isn't affected, because that's over on the Patreon there, so we'll still be able to do our deep dives unaffected. Might be the universe pushing you for YouTube following to great. Mate, I'm trying to. Okay, honestly, I appreciate you saying that, because I'm trying to be like, this seems like a disaster, and it seems like the worst possible time, and it's very frustrating. But you got to try and remember, you never know what might happen. You know, maybe it is just part of the process. And I'm trying to be a bit more zen, but and that's what I'm telling myself, Kate, that maybe, because YouTube is really difficult for getting any traction. But you got to start somewhere, aren't you? As well. It's usually just two people chatting, no live interaction, no tech, and no movie night. Yeah, see, the movie night is a good one. I do like our little community for that. Definitely with the hardcore, we're the committed ones. That's committed to the stream, and possibly institutionally committed at some point. Yeah, no, I like our movie night. I'm looking forward to the next one. It's probably going to be on the Thursday rather than the Friday, so because I think the Friday is like Halloween. The last Friday of the month is Halloween, I think. And obviously we've got loads of other stuff to be messing around with for that, if it all goes to plan. So yeah, probably will be the Thursday we're going to be doing this month's movie club, which will be Independence Day, I think. Was it Independence Day we selected? God knows. But yeah, hopefully. Stretch out. Right. We'll get there, exactly. Just figure out how to do it on this platform. Yeah, this platform it's always weird, isn't it? Changing platforms. You know, it's weird because I was more YouTube dominant. Coming over to TikTok, I had to learn all of that. But doing the streaming on YouTube, I'm like, oh God, how does this all work? I feel a bit off of rhythm. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel a bit exposed. But you're right, yeah. And as long as it sounds a bit cheesy, as long as we've got each other. You know, it wasn't about finding the aliens. It's about making the friends you made along the way. That is the important thing. So as long as there's a few of us that we can get together and still search together, that is what counts. Alan's shaking his head. Alan says it's about the alien pets, but aliens for you. Tickets as well. The sky watch is brilliant. If the sky is cloudy, there is this. Yes, include the chat and discussion. I think so, because that's what I enjoy. I enjoy hearing your opinions, your stories, your things like that. You know, I can get all of the mainstream stuff elsewhere. I can put YouTube on for that, but you don't get to hear what other people, like individual people, have experienced. And that's the thing that I've taken most from this, is just the amount of sightings that are going on. I mean, it generally feels like there's a lot going on, but all of you guys, so many experiences, so regularly as well. It's been really, really eye-opening. So, yeah, I think that's the thing that's changed my understanding a bit more, I think. Right, anyway, I am going to wind this up for tonight. So thank you for joining us over here, and maybe we'll be over here tomorrow for a Skywatch. We'll see how YouTube and the gods favour us, but thank you so much for keeping me coming over here. I do appreciate it. Trying to find our feet here as well. But you guys are absolutely awesome, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you all tomorrow as well there. Exactly, Kate. To actually be a part of something, I totally feel that. Yeah, it's participatory, isn't it? You know, we're doing it all together. That's what I like about this. You know, I've spent my life doing things on my own, and a bit bored of that. I want to do it with people now. So that's what I love about this. We're all in it together there. But anyway, good night, guys. Thank you so much again, and yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow.